Hello and welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. So, I've switched up our party slightly. I've taken out Greybor and put in Woljif. Why did I do that? Well, because basically we need Dimension Door and we currently didn't have it. So now we have Dimension Door and we're all ready to explore this place. And I just remembered that we do actually have a quest here. We have Traces of Shadow. So, we have to find traces of the Spinner of Nightmares, and I believe that they're in here, although it does say Den of Sweet Horror, which might not be here, but I thought it was here, so we're going to explore here anyway. We're going to just basically speak to everyone and see what quests come of it. So, let's start with you. The way you dealt with Elderfang was so exciting. Okay, so they're all just called The Sinner, so there might actually be nothing here. That's the second part of this. Okay, we have Rockhorn. He's got a name. You're not afraid of pain, are you? Pain can be so sweet. Okay, so he also has nothing to say. Anyone else? Or you? Oh, you're just a patron. Okay. Morvet Honey-Tongued. The succubus in the corner bites her full lips and throws pleading glances at you. But it doesn't look like she's pleading for love. A demon guard stands nearby. You, my lady, have such a martial look about you, and that body. I immediately picked you out from the crowd. Please spare me at least a moment of your time. I am Morvet Honey-Tongue, and I have been waiting for you. You wanted to talk about something? Oh, yes. Zerix, I don't know what to do. The succubus hides her face in her hands. You'll either kill me or get me kicked out of here, and I don't know which is worse. What happened? Who is, Zerix? The succubus clutches her hands to her chest. Zerix is a powerful demon, and I was so flattered when he noticed me. But then he grew jealous. He complained that I spent too much time with the other guests, and then he started killing them. Oh, I'm so afraid he'll kill me out of jealousy. Okay, we got perception check. How difficult was it? It was reasonably. Anyway, the succubus looks at you closely as if checking whether you believe her. There's no one else who can help me. I am powerless, and no one can protect me outside the walls of the brothel. Another succubus trying to convince us to kill some awful beast. Now what does this remind me of? Is it going to turn out that this one isn't telling the full story either? Rushlee blushes, but her voice is firm. Lan, how many more times must I apologize? I made a mistake. I am ashamed of what I did. But what do you hope to gain by reminding me of it over and over? How can I prove to you I'm not using you this time? Good question. How can you? Anyway, I'm just muttering to myself. Pay no attention to the uncouth mongrel simpleton. Woljif, frozen from the moment he spotted Morvet, devours her with a love-stricken gaze. Kill a demon? That's easily done, for the sake of such a beautiful lady. Ah, it seems little Woljif has a crush on the succubus. Slow down, fearsome demon slayer. There's nothing for you here. But you can always tell her that silly tale you used on the priestesses back in Dresden. Yes, tell her you're a prince from a faraway land, cursed and doomed to live without love, and no one can melt your frozen heart. Remember? Frowning Woljif glares balefully at the huntress. That story works, I'll have you know. Try it yourself, you'll see. You're just angry because you haven't gotten any in far too long. Okay, how can I help you? Murder is forbidden in the 10,000 Delights, so I set up a date with Zerix on the roof, not far from here. I beg you to kill him, and I will repay you with such pleasure that you will never again be tempted by anyone else. Bring me his ring, and you'll learn what my honey tongue can do. Though, this will not be your only reward. I don't think you're telling me everything. For an instant, the succubus's perfect face turns angry and unpleasant, but it quickly passes. You don't trust me because I sell my love for money? I lie to guests here. It's only to make them happy. Alright, I'll teach him some manners. The succubus takes a deep breath, her chest heaving. Oh yeah, it feels so good. You'll find him nearby. on the rooftop where he likes to look for new victims. There is a place to the left of the upper city gates where you can climb to his perch with ease. But I beg you, as soon as you get rid of him, please bring me his ring, or I will never feel safe ever again. Okay. I like you. What can you do? The succubus shows her long, narrow tongue wriggling like a snake. My tongue will make you feel as sweet as if honey were dripping from it. It can penetrate, entwine and slide. I would have given you a taste of my honey for a reasonable price, but it just isn't possible. Alright, well, see ya. I'm willing to wait for you until the end of time. Okay, well, we're gonna leave. Oh, wait a second. We're gonna loot. That's what I was gonna say. Loot, not leave. There we go. Perfect. We got some stuff there. Alright, who else do we need to speak to, or what doors can we go through? So can't go through there, but we can go through either of these. Well, let's try this one. A large demon guard in a chain collar stands by an inconspicuous door, toying with a miniature magic wand. He addresses you with a frown, though his voice is polite. Can I help you? What's behind that door? The upper city. Our guests often use this door, as they are far too important to be seen on the streets of the middle city. I want to go through the door. Feel free to do just that. You're not riffraff. This door was made for people like you. The guard forces out a polite grin. Oh, well that was easy enough. Hello. That magic toy you're holding is some sort of weapon? The demon looks at the wand with disgust. Some weapon? This is a teleportation wand. Shivaro has grown concerned about security recently. She said something had happened and we should expect unwanted guests. She ordered the guards to arm themselves with these things and toss any troublemakers onto the streets at the first hint of danger. Since then, I no longer take pleasure in my job. No more crushing heads, no more gutting. Who are these guests who's got Shivaro so scared, I wonder? Okay, what's that collar around your neck? That's none of your biz. The collar clanks ominously and grows a little tighter. The demon gulps, frightened, and his tone becomes more polite. We call them politeness collars. Shivaro ordered all the guards to wear them. If we're rude to the guests or allow them to break the rules, the collars start to tighten until we're decapitated. With a sly grin, Wendawog starts shouting in the guard's face, You puny, pitiful, weak-willed scum, with a prick so tiny no one will screw you. That's why you got a job in a brothel, so you'd have something to fantasize about as you play with your little dick in some back alley. With each of Wendawog's shouted words, the demon's eyes bulge even more, and a growling roar tears out of his throat. You bit! With a clank, the collar tightens by several links at once, and the guard's neck gives a painful grunt. What an extremely accurate observation, my lady. Only after the demon squeezes out these humiliating words does the collar allow him to breathe again. The huntress bursts into mocking laughter. Now that's genius. I want to buy a collar like that. I would put it on. Wendawog's gaze sweeps over your companions. Oh, I'll need so many collars. Shivaro is no longer in charge. Why are her rules still in place? They were Shivaro's rules, and now they're Herax's rules. She stole them from Shivaro along with everything else, and let them remain in effect. The only difference is that the collars are less obnoxious. At least they've stopped choking us all the time. I have to go. Right, get lost. The chain collar clanks on the demon's neck, and he hastily corrects himself. I mean, have a good night. Okay, interesting. Also, I'm loving how much dialogue there is with this particular party. These four are very chatty. Darren, not so much, but he's usually just chattier than everyone else. Hello, Baphomet cultists. I see that this is a spawn room. Okay. So this obviously isn't where we needed to go for the spinner. Because, I mean, if it was, we would have seen something by now. Wait a second, what's this? Did I see something over here that we can click? No, I think I saw my own cursor. I was like, we can probably... wait, I wonder.
My tail is restless.
I'm going to quick save before we do this. Can we do this? No, so this isn't a real area. Perfect. That's actually really useful to have around. Just somebody to be like, is this real?
Let's move.
Yes or no? Okay, so if we've done all that, I guess we're ready to go to the upper city? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, well, let's go outside. We need to wander around to find Savamelik's lair as well. We need to do that for Wendrog and Lan. We have no idea where this lair is. Oh wait, no, we've still got the rooftop on the way to the upper city. That was what we were told. Yeah, on the left-hand side. There's a way up to his perch. I completely forgot the quest we were literally just given. That's a good one. That's definitely a good one. Right. So we're told it was on the left-hand side? Wait, is it up? Where is it? Let's see here. So that one is... I might have to go back and speak to the person we literally just spoke to. Is it third wheel? Yeah, okay. Blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. Is the rooftop of a nearby building, and the stairs leading up there can be found to the left of the gate to the upper city. So this is gate to the upper city. And the stairs leading up to it can be found on the left-hand side. Here, maybe? Is that where we have to go? I'm assuming that... So this is gate to the upper city. I'm a little confused about where exactly we have to go here. Maybe it's on the other side?
Follow me.
Maybe it is in the upper city? Oh no, there he is. Okay. So, oh, it's up here. Oh yeah, we came here once. Now I know where it is. Okay. So let's have a look at our companions. Does anyone actually have athletics? I believe you do, right? Athletics 23. That's not very high. I mean, it's equal to ours. You're actually bested by Lan, which is very funny. Well, we need 33, so that's a 9. I believe that the item I have for buffing it is currently on someone else, so we're just gonna pass here.
The mongrel did it.
The mongrel did it. Okay, cool. Also not hostile, which is interesting. Hello. A Vavakia demon resembling a spiked-covered centaur stands on the roof like an especially ugly gargoyle. So that whore sent another assassin. Well, come closer, you fool. Let me see who I'll be having for dinner tonight. Yes, there were 2, and I crushed them into a single ball of meat. So I'm not the first person Morvet hired? The demon grinned, showing his many teeth. If I had kept the skulls of every one of you, I would have built myself a magnificent palace out of them long ago. I picked that Morvet in the brothel once. She seemed sturdier than the others. I didn't realize my strength could drive even a succubus insane. The wench decided we were meant for each other. Of course, I laughed off that nonsense, but she scraped together some money and now sends assassins after me in revenge. She knows how much it annoys me. You gullible morons are always interrupting my day, but your bones crunch nicely as I chew, it must be said. You look smarter than the others, though. Would you like to make a deal? I don't know how much Morvet promised you, but I'll double it. I don't think she actually promised us anything. Really? She just said that she would show us what the tongue could do. It'll be easy money. You don't even need to kill Morvet. And that's impossible inside the brothel anyway. Just give her my enchanted ring. As soon as she takes it, she'll be teleported here and we'll have a little heart-to-heart. The cunning wench went to such efforts to spend one more minute with me. So this will make her dream come true. The demon bites his finger and smears the massive ring on his hand with blood. The demon chuckles the whole time, eyes twinkling with mirth, as if this was all a game. I think you're hiding something. Huh, you don't trust me. Well, that's the right call. Don't trust a word you hear in the abyss. Not that you have many choices. Either accept my deal, or accept my invitation to dinner, as the main course. Deal. Fine, then we have a deal. After you give her the ring, return here for your reward. We'll wait here for you, Moravette and I, or rather, what remains of her. Okay, so I'm gonna go to her and tell her that we now have this ring.
Aren't I?
Hey, we passed. Right. So let's go tell her about the ring. I'm 100% just gonna go for honesty here. We're just gonna say, hey, we got a ring that does this, and see what she says. She might be like, all right, yeah, well, go back to him and say something else. So let's see. Hello. The succubus stands in the same corner where you left her, and she doesn't seem to be interested in the other guests. You're back. I knew you'd return to me. So Zerix is dead. Please tell me you have his ring so that I can stop living in fear. Well, apparently I can't tell her, so I'm just gonna say he's dead. You no longer need to be afraid. Zerix is dead. What the? Damn you. Well, that definitely seemed like an option that we made there.
Onwards.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. Right, along here. And back up to the top again. Quick save. Let's see if we pass. We only have to roll a 9. Can we roll a 9? No. Oh, I forgot. She was going to try this time. Because she doesn't fall over for some reason. Hey, still alive. Hey, and we're up. Cool. Hello. Moravette is sitting on the roof next to Zerix, alive and well. Giving her your ring, that was a stroke of genius. I thought I'd have to flee through the back alleys like last time. When she came in, I was sure I was about to die. It was so exhilarating. Oh, Zerix. Zerix looks completely satisfied, his scales gleam. Yeah, honey-ton. I noticed you were especially fast tonight. We had an interesting assassin this time, eh? Moravette notices you. And here she comes. Come here, sweetheart. We'll give you a generous reward. Zerix grins. Come on, don't be shy. We're not going to hurt you. We're pleased with you. You played the game well. What happened? Why is Moravette still alive? There's nothing sweeter than playing games of life and death. When I think of Zerix tearing apart yet another greedy idiot I've sent his way. The succubus closes her eyes and slowly traces her finger over her breast and stomach. Just imagining it sends flames flicking through my body. If only you knew how difficult it is to find a good partner. Everyone is so worried about their miserable lives. No one really understands how sweet it is to look death in the eye and know you still live. We succubi are always ready to please, but the desire that flares when a cold blade touches your throat. Only Zerix understands what I'm talking about. Oh, I understand. We Vavakia are a powerful demon. Few dare attack us openly. What kind of life is that for a warrior? And Moravette could fool a paladin. She knows I love to flex my muscles and sharpen my teeth on the armor of strong but gullible fools. Please remind me whose brilliant idea it was to save this damsel in distress. How many people like me have you tricked? The succubus starts to count on her fingers. 1, 2, 3, 10, 15, and then there are those that I sent in pairs. Do we count them as 1 or 2? The demon rubs his chin. 30? No, I made Moravette a goblet out of the 30th skull. I remember it clearly. Or came after that. I think there would be enough bones to build a throne by now. Okay. Well, I did everything you asked. Which one of you is going to pay me? Demon grins, showing his fangs. Tonight, I'm paying for the both of us. You managed to entertain me as well as my Moravette. 30,000 gold coins? Oh, I'll do it any time you like. Also, eternal ballad? Or ballad? Some kind of ring, maybe? The succubus winks. Why should I pay you? We agreed you'd kill Zerix, but he's alive, as you can see. By the way, if you talk to the madame, we can meet again. I'll charge you half the usual price. Okay, sure. Oh, it's actually armor. Let's see. So it's light armor as well. This +4 mithril chain shirt prevents bardic performance or Skald's Raging Song class abilities from being interrupted when the wearer is stunned or knocked prone. In addition, allies revived by the Skald's Song of the Fallen gain a +2 morale bonus to attack and damage until the end of combat. That's a really, really good item if we had a bard or a Skald.
This is my kind of work.
However, we don't. So, well, yeah, it's kind of just a little bit trash, honestly. So what are we doing now? There's actually one other place we haven't gone to here, which is the Harem of Ardent Dreams. I don't know whether we should be going there or whether we should be going to Upper City first. Because I kind of get the feeling that this place is more important than some of the other places we've been. I'm not entirely sure what we should do. Let's go there. Yeah, let's just head straight over, although I do need to wander around to find Savamelik's lair as well. Which might be in the lower city, although he might be an upper city guy as well. I think where it could be. I basically just have to wander, which I'm not a huge fan of. But we should go everywhere in this area, at the very least. We should, like, you know, we should wander to every corner of the area, and then at least we get, like, some hint. You know, if it's in this area, then Wenduog should probably say, like, ah, it's nearby, or something. We've been up here before. I don't think it's up here. Yeah, there was loot up here, I think. I don't know. I assume because it's a companion quest as well, there's going to be some kind of hint. You know, like, yeah, this is where we're in the right area now. We just need to look for a, I don't know, building or something. Obviously, I would hope that the building has some kind of description with it, but, you know, that's the kind of thing I'm expecting at this point. Right, cross over. It then does the separating of the areas, and we can jump up. I'm just going to do a wander around here as well while I'm in the area. So we did this puzzle before. Yeah, nothing over here. I'm generally thinking if there's already something in the area, it's probably not going to be there, right? Like, it's not going to be here because there's already a thing in the area. There's the Harem of Ardent Dreams, right? So we're not going to worry about that. But if there isn't something in the area, there's a high chance that it could be around. Now, it could be to do with these things as well on the walls, but I think it's unlikely that it is. The only other area I thought is it could be down here, or it could be up here, I guess, because there's nothing really going on up here. Yeah, let's go and have a look. Let's have a look up here. I don't think it's in that corner, because there's not really anywhere to go, but this area didn't really have anything in it. So I feel like it's worth just having a quick, you know, quick look around, see if there's something obvious in here. If not, we'll just go across. Yeah, okay. See, I was thinking there was a chance it was in that door, but nope. Okay, we're fine. Let's portal down. And then have to do another transition over here. Wonderful that it's already in position for us. We all cross. It's kind of weird that they, you know, it's got this everything moves when you change the camera thing going on. But it's also got the, when you cross, it will just move anyway. It kind of makes it a little bit odd to actually move around here. It's not impossible, it's just odd. Okay, so there's nothing there. Right, so this is the Harem of Ardent Dreams. We should at least have a look and see what our quest says before we head in as well. So, that would be... we've already done some of this. Right, secure an audience at the Harem of Ardent Dreams. Okay, and who are we trying to find here? We've got to win the favor of the person who is one step below. Okay, fair enough. So we got to vie for Shamira's attention. Or attention, that's fine. We haven't quite done this to get Nocticula's attention. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. Yeah, so we can just walk right in here. I think this will work. I kind of get the feeling we're going to be able to travel around a little bit here anyway. Oh, hello. First time here. A fearsome looking succubus steps forward, blocking our path. Are you sure you're welcome here? This is the Harem of Ardent Dreams, the Palace of Shamira, chief demoness of this city. After Nocticula, of course. But when did Nocticula ever care about our petty concerns? Bottom line, this palace belongs to the person who really runs everything around here. Got it? I wish to enter. The demon shrugs. You're no one in the city. I don't think Shamira would deny you an audience. Come in. That was, like, surprisingly easy, I would say. Very surprisingly easy. Okay. But I think that's because we've already done every other quest up to this point. So it's like, well, it's probably just, you know, directly related to this thing. Like what level we are here, because we're level 3, we can come in here. Okay, nobody's got a name. That's fine, they're all called Commoner. Ah, and there's Shamira of the Ardent Dreams. This is literally just talk to her. And those are statues, not demons sitting in the lava. Hello. A red-haired, beautiful demon sits majestically on the throne, an aura of bright light blazing around her. It's not the gentle, life-giving light that shines on Golarion. This light blinds, withers, makes a person burn with fever, draining their strength. And who do we have here? The latest wanderer from another world, coming to seek my patronage? Shamira throws a casual glance at Arushale and raises an eyebrow in surprise. So the rumors were true. Arushale, you really are making friends with mortals now. I must admit I found it hard to believe such a worthy daughter of the Abyss had fallen so low. Shamira falls silent but receives no answer. Well, not that I really care. Let's not go with this one first. Where are we going to start? I think if I'm going to talk about Willidus, I probably need to bring Greybor with us to get the full thing out of that. Let's start with this one. The city harbors individuals who violate the laws of the Abyss. I'll point them out to you and see to it that you give them a fair trial. I don't know what she's going to say to this. Shamira leans forward. What are you saying, insect? You're going to keep an eye on me? You'll see that I'm held to account. Perhaps in whatever dirty hole you crawled out of, your words carry weight, but here you are nothing. Don't test my patience. I have a few questions. With a sigh, Shamira hisses irritably under her breath. Curse Nocticula's hospitality for bringing these strangers from other planes to my city and my harem. Okay. Where do we want to start here? I want to know more about Nocticula. Pursing her lips in a smug smile, Shamira answers with venom in her voice. What exactly are you expecting to hear from me beyond what any other resident of Elutionera could tell you? Yes, I'm closer to Nocticula than anyone else, but do you really think I'll spill her secrets to you? Our Lady in Shadow doesn't like to be discussed around her, behind her back. And the scope of her realm, the entire Midnight Isles, proves that her anger can be extremely dangerous. She's worshipped on many planes, including Golarion, right? At night, she sometimes comes to insane rapists and murderers and paints in their minds pictures of immortality and horror, masterpieces of lust and despair. She is the first succubus, the most powerful, most seductive, the murderer of countless demon lords and usurper of their abyssal realms. Over the bodies of her victims, she climbed to unbelievable heights, and now she stands far above her loathsome brother. I've never seen this name before, so this is new info. Sokof Benoth. Thus, she has proved her victories were gained, not just by the means of her power, but also by her great intelligence and willpower. The demon lord, Sokoth Benoth, is the patron of sexual and other hedonistic gratification, seeing the world as his plaything, one that serves up the violence and destruction of which he is especially fond. He is the brother of Nocticula. Okay, what kind of harem is this? Shamira snaps irritably. What do you think? Because I am Shamira, the Ardent Dream, the chosen lover of the great Nocticula, every time she grows weary of plots and conspiracies and craves wild passion and warm caresses, she comes here to her harem. Okay. I've seen you with Hepzibah in the flesh markets. Tell me about her. Hepzibah is an honoured guest here in Elutionera. I'm not going to discuss her with every stranger I meet. we're getting some very fair answers here where she's like, I'm not really going to tell you anything. I don't know why you keep asking. That's kind of what she's saying. Anyway, how did you achieve such a high standing? You don't know my story. That explains why you're not on your knees before me. I was once a celestial being. My fiery wings carried me from the upper planes to insignificant little worlds like your Galarian. I gifted fantasies and dreams, kindled flames in the wild minds of dreamers, and I loved it. Sometimes these fantasies took shapes too daring and unbridled, or so it seemed to me, but I made no effort to stop it. A dream is a bird, not a horse. You can't restrain it, you can only hurt it with your reins. The dreams I sowed were becoming more daring, bolder, and with them I changed as well. One day I rejected the limits imposed on me by my masters. In the world I was visiting, a wildfire of dreaming broke out. A dream so daring and bold it could come to fruition only through great atrocities and monstrous, immoral deeds. I could have stopped it, but I didn't. I was mesmerized by this great vision. I didn't return to my world, as I would not be accepted. Instead I descended into the abyss, looking for someone who would truly appreciate me and the dreams I bestow. Not Ticula, notice my flame blazing over the dark waters of the ocean. She came for me and shrouded me in her shadows. That night was very memorable. Since then I have served her and have been her closest friend and her right hand. Alright, well, on a different subject, do you really hate Aasimars and kill them brutally? Because I got one behind me. Chimera smiles, looking very much like a large and hungry cat that has just spotted its next victim. Oh yes, it is an incomparable pleasure to gradually deprive them of everything they once had. First their hope, then their noble appearance, their innocence, and finally their life. When they scream, renouncing everything they once believed in, their masters, their gods, their heritage, it is music to my ears. Chimera's eyes narrow, her expression unkind. Do not for a moment think I am unaware who stole that batch of young Aasimar women from me, the ones who'd been shipped to Diunk in the flesh markets. I'll remember that, Galarian. I have no more questions. I have to go. Alright, well, I'm gonna first of all go for a quick save, and then I'm gonna speak to her again. Just now we've got our information, although I could do this. Well, I probably want to bring Greybor for this one. I'll ask it anyway. I want to bring Greybor for this one. Okay, I came here seeking your patronage. Chimera looks you up and down with a contemptuous expression, then answers with a scoff. So what use can you be to me, you foolish little mortal? The most powerful demons serve me. What can your pitiful self offer me that they can't? In your mind, Chimera's voice sounds calmer, though it is still arrogant. In truth, there is one thing you can help me with, Galarian, but the others mustn't know about it. Work for me and I'll grant you a share of my attention and patronage. No doubt you've already heard of Narindian crystals, objects of astonishing power that grant their owner incredible abilities. Everyone in Elutionera knows that they exist, but no one knows what they are or where to get them. No one except for that smug cow Hepzibah. I want you to find out what they are. My advice is to start searching in that pile of refuse known as the Lower City. As for Zephorian, my predecessor, now a beggar, if that pathetic wretch is still alive, you may know something. Now go, and don't bother returning until you have all the information I need. Here, take my mark, so the arch near my palace will let you in. I don't want you wasting my time. I don't want to waste my time waiting while you wind your way back through the streets of my city with valuable information. Your pack becomes a bit heavier, as if some new item has appeared inside it. The hand of the inheritor addresses you, an undercurrent of alarm in his words. I see greed in the eyes of this fiend. She is ready to offer you a deal, and I sense that more than idle interest lies behind it. We both know that Narindian crystals can make demons immensely powerful. We are pursuing Hepzibah to prevent her from creating and unleashing upon us an army of mythical monsters transformed by these crystals. Yet, if you reveal the secret of the crystals to Chimera, we risk simply trading one enemy for another. Our mission demands that we make concessions, but it does not mean we must blindly obey every demon's request. Weigh each of Chimera's words. Remember how cunning she is, and do not let her turn you into a tool she can use to commit atrocities. Armor your heart. Do only what you must. not what she, with all her promises and charms, will try to convince you to do. And be prepared to find a knife in your back at any moment. So you and Hepzibah aren't friends, I take it? In your mind, Shamira's voice answers with an arrogant scoff. Be friends with that miserable cow? Of course not. I'm courting her to learn her secrets. It's a constant struggle not to put her in her place. Baphomet's minions are far too bold here in Elutionira. Tell me about these crystals you're so interested in. You haven't heard of Nahrindian crystals? Ha, are all Galarians so stupid and unobservant? They're purple crystals. Possessing them grants immense power. Unfortunately, only high-ranking servants of Baphomet know where to find them or how to use them. They use the crystals to gain tremendous power. Now they strut around Elutionira like they own the place. Why should I look for Zephyrian? When I first heard about the crystals, it reminded me of the last days of Zephyrian's rule. He was Nocticula's right hand before me. He was plotting a coup, and I was spying on him to turn him into Nocticula and take his position. I remember that he was trying to get his hands on a purple crystal of some kind, and that he eventually succeeded. I didn't pay much attention at the time, but the current situation makes me think perhaps it was Nahrindian crystal he was after. If so, Zephyrian might know something about them. Where should I look for him? There was a note of disgust in Shamira's voice. In the depths, if he is still alive, the gravity of Nocticula's punishment would have dragged him to the very bottom of Elutionira. Dig through the garbage, talk to the vagrants and beggars. You surely don't expect me to do it, do you? Why did you choose me for this mission? Shamira answers with an exasperated sigh. Because you are neither a demon nor a resident of Elutionira. You are a wild card, an insignificant Galarian. No one is interested in your exploits, and you will not draw any unnecessary attention. You're not bound in service to any demon, and therefore if you dig up any information you will bring it to the one who will pay you the most for it. That is to say, me. You won't run to your master because you don't have one, at least not here in the Abyss. If I gave this task to one of my servants, I could be sure of only one thing, that they would sell the information about my interests to my enemies, and then, if they learned anything about the crystals, they would use this information to benefit themselves instead of bringing it to me. Everything is clear. So yeah. Cool. So we want to bring Greybor back to speak to her. That's the only thing we still have to do here. Well, I wanted to walk around the lower city anyway. Oh, what's this? A note. Oh, I'll have that, sure. What is it, though? Newest to oldest. There we go. This piece of paper is covered in sloppy writing on both sides. The phrases are incomplete, indicating that someone was taking notes pretty much on the go. Major. Lamashtu. Demon goddess, former demon lord, will swat you without even noticing. Grovel and suck up to her. Pray she's in a good mood. Nocticula. Our lady, queen of the Midnight Isles, rules Elutionira in general and Shamira in particular. Obey all her orders and never turn your back on her. Shamira. Elutionira's steward, bangs Nocticula. Naturally, in good standing with her. If you want to live in Elutionira, you better respect her. Okay. Allies. Discari. Demon Lord. Rules the Rasping Rifts. Nocticula's ally for now. Made some deal with her. Now his servants are all over the Midnight Isles. Don't touch them. That's not allowed. If you off a Discari cultist by mistake, hide the body and cover the tracks and pretend you know nothing. Important. Discari may be an ally, but he's a spawn of Pazuzu who tussles with Lamashtu. Careful. Baphomet. Demon Lord. Rules the Ivory Labyrinth. Best buds with Discari. Nocticula's ally for now. Used to bang Lamashtu, now bunks up with Skokothbenoth. Dangerous. His cultists can slip into enemy ranks better than worms in your ass. Watch out. If you spot double agents, bug out at once. Enemies. Pazuzu. Demon Lord rules High Mevania. Or Mevania? Yeah, Mevania? Yeah, that must be Mevania. Anyway. Fights with Lamashtu and by proximity with Baphomet. Sokothbenoth. Demon Lord rules the Cathedral Thelemic, Nocticula's brother and former lover. Got the boot, now sulks and wallows in depravity. Bangs Baphomet, but only once in a while. Interesting. So I guess these are the major players we need to know about. We haven't seen anything in particular about Lamashtu or about Pazuzu, and we've only heard very little about Sokothbanoth, but I'm sure that if they're in this list, that basically is saying they're going to be important later. Pay attention. But hey, it's good to know. Right, let's quick save. We can then use this portal to get wherever we need to go. You know, if we already have to go back, I'm going to go back to the Nexus. And then I'm going to grab, I'm going to grab Greybore because we're going back into areas we've already been into. And then I'm going to go speak to Chimera again. I also noticed that there are little exclamation marks next to areas. So I suppose that in theory, there might be a little exclamation mark next to, let's see, Greybore. There might be a little exclamation mark next to the area that we need to go to for our, I'm trying to remember here. My brain is completely broken here. There might be an exclamation mark next to where Savamelik's lair is. That's what I was thinking. Like the area we need to go for that. But, hey, maybe there isn't. Right. We're almost there. I want to check my quest log as well when we're here. Just to see if there was actually a clue in that one here with this thing. Was it Bad Blood? Nah, there's actually no clue whatsoever. Okay, wonderful. Remove him here. That means that our formation will be correct and we can head back in. I just feel like he should be here to hear about Willidus because that's his quest. So, it makes sense. All the way up. Hello. Does the name Willidus mean anything to you? Yes, Willidus is well known and highly esteemed in Elutionera. He's Nocticula's advisor and in charge of matters related to magic in Elutionera. Chimera's voice grows irritated. That's why I'd be happy to see the cursed dimwit doing some real work for a change. Instead he's cowering in his palace because some Deskarites put a price on his head and hired a group of toughs from the lower city. Why should I have to pick up the slack for that pathetic coward? Okay, well, fair enough. Turns out bringing Greybore did absolutely nothing, but, you know, we're bringing him, I guess. That's fine. Is our party formation correct? I don't think it is. No. Somehow, I got this wrong. I must have swapped position rather than... Yeah, I must have somehow swapped position rather than move. That's fine, no? Right, we'll quick save, and then we're going to head to the lower city. Let's go Battle Bliss. Because that opens up a lot of... yeah, that basically takes us into the main area. So we can kind of wander around. Also, the Art of Making Friends is the one that we're on, I'm assuming. And that's why it's popped up. But we'll double check that one. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, so we just have to wander around. Which is what I wanted to do anyway, so that kind of works out for me. What's this? Drug merchants can be found here. Okay. That's fine. Head along this way. Can we speak to the beggars? Yes. What you want? Who are you? I'm a beggar screwed over by fate. Can't you see for yourself? Tell me what you need or piss off. How can I find Zephorian? Who is that? Never heard of anyone by that name. If anyone has heard of them, they wouldn't be telling you anyway. You might find a beggar in the lower city who would be willing to chat with you. But before you find them, you'd have worn through those nice boots of yours. That's one good pair of boots. It'd be a shame if you ruined them. Why don't you just give them to me instead, huh? Maybe a small donation would jog your memory. You know what? Better be on your way now. Don't need no money and no shady deals with you. I don't want to know who you're looking for. Alright. Yeah, get lost. Look for the Zoff Zaff. For that freak if you're looking for somewhere else. If you want him that bad, ask around. Maybe someone saw him, but leave me alone. I can't beg with you hanging around. Okay. Interesting. So, he says no, but other beggars might say yes. Like this one. What do you want? Piss off. Well, can't say that that's a positive outcome there. So I need to just keep exploring, I guess. Right. I want to move this. There we go. Head through here. How about you?
Follow me.
Nope. How about you? Can't speak to either of you, actually. Nobody else can be spoken to here. Alright, keep just exploring. How about you?
March on.
Nope. Nobody's over there. It did suggest that we could go down into the tavern for this quest, so it could be that the guy we're looking for is in the tavern. Which would be fine. How about you? Nope. Okay. It's Monago's hideout. Continuing to explore every corner that we can here. You? Nope. That's the way into the Bad Luck Tavern. Nothing else to do here. Alright, moving on through. I have no idea how this quest works for... oh, there we go. Perfect. For Wendoog Lan. I'm basically just wandering around aimlessly and hoping that at some point we just wander into the quest. I'm sure there must be a better way of doing that. How about you? Anything to say? Nope. Okay, that's fine. This one? Nope. Again, that's another no. Anyone else to speak to? Bunch of beggars in here. I'm assuming everyone's going to be a no, but, you know, we'll check. It'd be, you know, horrible if one of them was a yes. I was going to say, if one of them just happened to be a yes and we just skipped them. Anyway, the beggar unleashes a stream of angry curses. Look at this stupid Galarian strutting around and pestering everyone with her stupid questions. Can't even beg for alms and peace. What do you want? Are you doing this for laughs? There's not a beggar in the lower city you haven't harassed. Oh, so we basically had to click on it as many people as possible. I love that. Anyway, what was it you wanted to know again? Come on, ask away, then piss off. Who are you? A dog of war, mutilated and deprived of everything I had by the cruel Mendev Crusaders. Here to spare a coin? You don't seem too willing to share any information. Why should we tell you anything? Who are you to demand answers from us, just strutting around badgering everyone, getting in the way of good honest begging? The only information I have for you is where you can shove your stupid questions. Have you heard of Zephyrian? Well, maybe there was a fellow with such a name, or maybe there wasn't, I don't know. And the others don't know either. What's your problem with us? Go ask around in Middle City. You can even search for him in Shamira's dark hole for all I care. Just leave us alone. Do you know where I can find Zephyrian? Yes or no? I don't know, and nobody else knows either. Just leave us alone. Go ask the man in charge. Maybe he knows where the Zephyrian is. And if he doesn't, then no one does. As soon as you see our gang, start asking around. Our boss never walks by himself. He always has a crowd with him. Alright, I have to go. Right. Go away. Go far away. Please. Stop pestering us, would you? Okay, so find the leader of the beggars. Okay. Don't know where they are, but I'm assuming maybe in that pile of beggars we saw back there.
Let's move.
Oh, yep, still here. Hello. I'm just gonna keep harassing everyone, basically. Back here? How about you? I'll harass you. Nope. Nothing else along here, and that's into the Bad Luck Tavern. Okay. I'm starting to feel like Savamelik's lair might be in the upper city. Just judging by the fact that I found nobody here. Hand of the Inheritor still hanging around. Yeah, so I would almost be certain that the place that we're looking to go is the place that we just were. Like the huge pile of beggars in the corner. That just seems logical. It kind of fits what we were told. So let's see. Yeah, see, this seems like the gang. The dead eyes of the beggars watch you closely. They hold out their hands and repeat with well-practiced enthusiasm, "Spare a coin, stranger." Be careful with them. These beggars are different from the ones on Galarian. They were rejected even by the Society of the Abyss. Just imagine what type of person you must be if even the demons didn't want to deal with you. They are not as helpless as they may seem. Their leader is untouchable. They say even the Lady in Shadow sometimes seeks his counsel. Some say that it is Lucianira herself, who has assumed the form of an ordinary demon in order to communicate with those who inhabit her. I can do a perception or a diplomacy. Okay. Let's go for a perception. Does anyone know Zephyrian? Some of the beggars seem to prick up their ears at your words. Noticing that you are looking directly at them, they reluctantly stand. You manage to draw the vagrants' attention, but they do not appear to be in a hurry to share any useful information with you. So try and figure out who's in charge, grab the nearest beggar and shake them, or study the reactions on the beggars' faces. Well, given that perception is the only one we're good at here, let's do that. One of the beggars draws your attention. Despite the pitiful rags covering his scabbed body, he holds himself a little more erect than the others, and a dirty but obviously expensive ring sparkles on his hand. Unlike the others, he looks at you without interest or greed, but with arrogant indifference. The leader of the beggars realizes that you figured him out, but he continues to examine you with an indifferent look. His tightly pressed lips indicate that he will not simply give you the information you seek. Okay. So I can steal his ring, I can threaten him, or I can politely bow. Let's go with this and say, would you be so kind as to tell me where I can find Zephorian, esteemed leader of these poor lost souls? A slight smile touches the beggar's lips as he condescends to answer. We are filth on the streets of Elutionira. You trample us under your feet, and yet you are polite to me. This is wise, because we all turn into filth sooner or later. This is why I will deal kindly with you. The beggar leader picks it at his ear with his knobbly, dirty, nailed finger and then says, a filthy pile of garbage, once named Zephorian, begs at the entrance to the Battle Bliss, the gladiator arena. That is where you will find him. Wait, was he the first person we spoke to? That would be really funny. That is actually really funny, if he's literally the first person we spoke to. I think it's unlikely, but it would be a good one for him to be like, no, I've never heard of him, and nobody else has either. Just like, yes, nobody has heard of this person. How could they possibly?
I'm the best.
I do like how he says, I'm the best, as he goes up there. Although it does give me a rather Wario vibe. Right. Along here. And then he should be somewhere around here. I'm assuming he's this guy, to be honest with you.
Let us be off.
Oh, he could be that guy. Hello. Nope, I thought I'd just ask. Alright, must be this one. Wow, okay, that's too much text, but also not really what I was looking for. This guy? Must be this one. The vagrant is repulsive even by the standards of the Abyss. His lumpy, scarred face makes you think that he was put through a meat grinder, then shaped back into a semblance of his former body and left to live out his life. His tall and once impressive figure has been shattered. His arms are covered in the protruding lumps of unset bones that were left to heal improperly. The beggar is clad in many layers of dirty, smelly rags, onto which hundreds of keys are sewn, from tiny toy box keys to a giant cast iron key that bows the demon's neck almost to the ground. So you're looking for Zephorian. He's long dead. That doesn't seem to be stopping you. Well, so what do you want with a dead man? Just look at him. Darren speaks quietly, almost whispering. He was once the ruler of this city, Nocticula's favorite. I can make an educated guess about what kind of favorite he was. The incubus, embodiment of temptation, most cherished plaything of the mistress of the midnight archipelago. And now reduced to this wretched ruin. How unenviable is the fate of those who court the passions of the powerful. You're not talking about us, are you? No, Darren answers, looking into your eyes. His glance eloquently shows how insincere he's being. I'm just thinking out loud. Zephorian plotted against Nocticula. Is this your way of saying you're going to betray me? No, of course not. This time Darren speaks confidently and firmly. It's just... we aren't always able to control our fate. Who knows what destiny has in store for us, and who knows what threats await us. I do not wish for a grim future, but I cannot rule it out. This is not a glimpse into our future. You have nothing to worry about. I have no idea why you're so sure about this, but I like your confidence. I always have. Darren gives you a small, crooked smile. Zephorian, the master of lies and trickery. I remember fighting him. the hand of the Inheritor ruining this moment in order to bring us back to the story. Share your knowledge with me. I know a lot about Elutionira and its current ruler too. Trust me, staying in power in this city wasn't easy. What would you like to know? What did you do to fall so low? I was overly hasty. I had power back then and it grew with every passing day. Lamashtu's Bletch. I was just a step away from becoming, or Belch I guess would be how you would say that if you were reading that correctly, was just a step away from becoming more powerful than Nocticula and toppling her from her throne. Why not? After all, that's exactly how she got where she is now after she took down that toothy old freak, Varia Vacus. I was about to start my coup and had even found a powerful patron, Sokoth Benoth, Nocticula's brother, who held a serious grudge against her. But before I had time to start, that sly mortal mage stole an important thing from me, a thing that could have shifted the balance of power, and then that red-headed little bitch learned about my plans. She turned me into Nocticula, and she struck before I could. I fell, and the red-headed harlot took my place. Ah, Shamira, I should have strangled you the moment you appeared in the abyss. Okay, so this is talking about the storyteller, I assume, the sly mortal mage. Okay. What do you think of Elutionira today? It's the same pile of crap as it was when I was in charge. Here in the abyss, everything changes constantly, but nothing really changes at all. I could tell you how much better the city was when I ran things, but it would be a lie. Back in my day, it was no different. Just as I did, Shamira rules this crazy lot with an iron fist, subduing them through terror and violence. It doesn't take a genius to do that, you just need to be absolutely ruthless and have enough power to be able to drown any insolent scum in his own blood. Actually, it can be done by a brainless Descarite who can crush mountains but can't count how many corpses are impaled on his spiky claw. Got any advice on how to survive this place? The demon responds with fervor, the words positively bursting out of him. Do not trust anyone, and once you ascend high enough, be especially suspicious of the unexpected gifts that will suddenly start being showered upon you. No one here does anything without a reason. With a bitter chuckle, the incubus makes an obvious effort to stem this outpouring of hard-won knowledge. That's enough about that. Whatever you say, stranger. What do you know about Nerindian crystals? There's a tale told in Elutionira, a tale about crystals that grant immense power. What exactly are they, and from where do they draw this power? No one seems to know. I've seen something like it only once before. I found a crystal on the Isle of Vazglar, and it seemed useless to me. It contained a great deal of power, but it was of no use whatsoever. I meant to give it to my patron, as he would have found a way to use it. But I never had the chance. Some feeble mortal mage managed to steal the crystal from me. He locked himself in a tower, examined the crystal, studied it, and managed to find some use for it. But he was under Nocticula's protection, so I never tried to hunt him down. The demon grins unpleasantly. I bet you're thinking I'm just going to tell you the name you seek and then you can rush off to have a chat with that mage. Well, it's the storyteller, so probably not. Not a chance. The mage wasn't a demon, he was a mortal who served Nocticula's arcane needs back in the day. Kicked the bucket long ago. All that is left of him is the tower in the upper city, locked and protected by magic. Many have tried to get inside in the hopes of stealing something of value, but the remains rotted long ago. No use talking about them now. Ah, but you're curious now. You'd like to have a poke around in that tower, wouldn't you? Perhaps you could find something of use in there, yes? Zephorian gives a mocking grin, then sighs and takes a single key from his rags, handing it to you with a sweeping gesture. Take it while I'm still feeling generous. This will open the way into the tower. When I ruled Elutionira, I made sure I had a key for every hideout and tucked away nook in the city. You never know when they might come in handy. Here, take this and get lost. No one will throw a coin with you hanging about. No one will throw me a coin with you hanging about. The beggar's words sound strange and unnatural. After all, good intentions and selflessness are contrary to the very nature of any demon. These words should be the evidence that lead you to Zephorian's guilt. However, you fail to notice anything unusual in him. He is the flesh and blood of the abyss in every way, and his soul is dark and ominous. Well, here... Oh, we've got two things. So I can either perception check him or Aeon Path. We're obviously going to Aeon Path. Your words are those of a criminal who is acting against his very nature, but you don't look guilty, and this means there is a trap waiting for me in that tower. The demon's ugly maw breaks into a malicious grin. You'll probably die there, or maybe you won't. You'll find out what Shamira wants. It was Shamira who sent you, right? She was the one who turned me into Nocticula back in the day. Now she wants to topple her mistress and take her place, just as I once tried to. That's why she wants those crappy crystals so much. So be it, I say. Whoever loses this fight, I'll be the winner. I'll savor the outcome. You, Shamira, Nocticula, may you all drop dead, tear at each other's throats, and strangle each other with your own intestines. You're all scum, and I'll piss on your corpses as they float by on an ocean of your blood. I'm leaving. Enjoy your walk around Delusionera. Alright, well,
Let's move.
that's enough from him. And I think that's enough from this episode. Thank you for watching. It appears like we're going to the Upper City next time. And yeah, I'm excited to see what's there. We have a ton of companion quests to do once we get there as well. So yeah, it'll be fun. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.